Guys, good day. Today is December 30th, 2023. I want to wish you a happy new year and wish you the most important thing, wishing you the strongest health to you and your children. And for the first time in history, on December 30th of the 23rd year, they are selling a car that accelerates to 100 in 2.8 seconds for $44,000. Besides, it also has equipment like in German luxury cars, and it even has a lifetime warranty for the first ownership. The world auto business will never be the same from this moment, such as it was before. We are reviewing Zeekr 007. Both front and back have automatic doors. The button is located here. In the version they called Smart, 100 kilograms of equipped mass. In the performance version, 2,000 kilograms. All seats are natural Napa leather. Front massage, ventilation, heating. Only heating. The same material as in Zeekr X. Identical, very smooth faux leather. You can't even tell it apart from real leather on the floor. One glass. In front is one glass, in the back 21 speakers of own production, and it even is in the headrest. It's very convenient to talk on the phone. This lower part, it's made of plastic. Here is Alcantara design. It's hardly, if it weren't for this purple stripe, I would say I like it. I really like it. Well, for those who like ambient lighting as fat as in the BMW 5.7, well, you'll like it. I personally don't like such. I would remove it altogether. Either put up a thin one. But the dashboard design itself is neat, calm. It's not too fancy. And most importantly, what I like is that the screen can move to the side, either towards the passenger, or I can return it to myself. I'm already used to hi-fi, so for me, for example, it's very important, and that's a big plus. Finishing materials. The finishing materials are faux leather, but the faux leather is very smooth by Napa technology.
Let's check for squeaks.
Nothing on the screen.
There was a little, though no, it was a bearded man, well assembled, and now this part, well, just a little maybe. Solid 4. The ceiling is covered with Alcantara. There are these big mirrors, they look nice here. Everything is either hazard lights, either the SOS button, and a big touch lamp. Well, there isn't enough for a glasses case. I still found a glasses case.
It's on
located
the top left from the driver. Alcantara, is it? Something like Alcantara.
on the magnet. Despite the fact that 007 is smaller in size than 001, its older brother, and it's cheaper. Yeah, there's more room here, and they've done a job on the mistakes. At 0.01, I'm knee-deep. Here I still have 4 fingers, and I'm half in love. It's heavy. I'm taking it out with a haul. If I sit more straight, as you can see, it's with plenty of room. Taller people will fit here with this.
There are quite a few adjustments at the driver's seat.
That's how the Atamanca is.
Look, the pillow is long, isn't it?
Already longer than Lisano L9, I see.
The version with a 3.5 acceleration to 100 and the most charged equipment is called the Smart version. Smart versions can be ordered with different exterior colors and 2 interior colors to choose from. And you can also get different wheels. And the performance version, which accelerates from 2.8 to 100. I remind you, considering that they have the same horsepower, unfortunately, you can only choose it in yellow and only with yellow wheels, and the interior is only gray Alcantara. They cost about the same. And the difference between them is as follows. The yellow version, you see, has no LiDAR on the roof. I'll show you now. The yellow version of Performance also doesn't have this LiDAR on the roof, which means its autopilot is weaker. Also, the yellow version doesn't have a screen on the roof, on the bumper. Here is just a decorative cap. The yellow version doesn't have massage and ventilation at the front, only heating. It only has heating at the rear too. In general, it has less equipment, yet they are priced almost the same, and everyone wonders why. The thing is, it has the same 100 kilowatt battery from CATL, but a more advanced battery, their latest development. It's the battery that allows it can adjust faster with the same horsepower in strength. And as a bonus, of course, the fact that the Performance is 100 kilograms lighter than a Smart Response. The steering wheel is adjustable in height and reach. You can also adjust. Wow, listen, it's just huge right now.
Try to show.
Big project. I understand it's just like in the Lixian L9 in terms of functionality, as you can see. Augmented reality is the map. There are 2 physical buttons, everything else is touch-based. Voice assistant is here. Oh no, these are also physical buttons. This is a voice assistant. This is me entering the menu, the same menu as in Zeekr X, and it's here. This is really cool. As I understand it, I'm getting there now. There are also 2 additional live buttons on the steering wheel that you can bind to different functions that they offer here. And here are the touch buttons, unfortunately, auto parking lock, the central lock, 360 boot, by the way. Yeah, it's not enough to just press, and that's good, because you can accidentally press. You need to press and hold. Well thought out. The steering wheel is made of leather, very smooth, and I don't really like the design, to be honest. Well, it doesn't repel. Here we have the gear shift, here the indicators, water and everything else. There's also Fast ED, which monitors the water fatigue. As in Zeekr X, there is a small menu on the right side of the dashboard. We control it with this button and the flash drive. You can control the climate control. Up-down flipper is temperature. Left-right is blower power. What else is there? General tire information. The card is excellent. Some kind of black magic. And this was music. It was music and general information. Listen, this is very convenient, very convenient. The main screen is 15.25 inches with a 2.5K resolution. All this on the latest 8295 chip, but the card operates quite swiftly. Here's what the menu looks like. Let's take another look at the cameras. Well, the cameras are average, nothing special. Yes, nothing hangs. You can twist the car like this. See how it is to the cleaners. The floor is being washed nearby. The settings, like in all Zeeks, are very clear. There is ambient lighting. This is ambient lighting, by the way, which I would just slightly modify with you. He would make it thin. Of course, they made it as sloppily as in the new BMWs. Looks disgusting to my taste. So what else can we have? From top to bottom, we get to the hotkeys menu.
The climate control looks like this.
Yes, it works briskly. Air, unfortunately, as you realized on the tablet. And most importantly, you need to use the climate control on the dashboard in that menu I mentioned. Here's the screen at will. With a swipe of 4 fingers to the left, it turns to the driver's side or to the passenger side. Well done. Just well done for this. There's a glove box, a button on the tablet, and it's quite large, cloth wrapped. Wireless charging for 2 phones. There is a niche. Here are 2 cup holders, and this is how it clamps on the magnet. The mechanism works well. This is covered with Alcantara. Here too is Alcantara, and here as well. Listen, there are so many niches here, so many. You can put so many things here. It's all covered here. It has a nice fabric and charging ports. We exit the car with this button. There is also an additional emergency lever inside. We apply the brake and it closes. 108 centimeters tall, sat behind oneself, 2.5 fists before the knee. Not only are they ahead, they made a lot of legroom, so look how much space there is in the back for passengers. This is the first time I've seen a car of this length. With such a large, spacious cabin, Moreover, I like the lateral support. It is here and it really feels. Thanks to such lateral support, it will be comfortable to sit here if the driver presses. Is it possible to
Move the backrest.
to tip it back more precisely?
Oh my, there's a drive here too.
No, it was the maximum position, the most average. I would have gone far, but so that it was absolutely perfect. I would like a little on the back. He tipped over what's here, the drive for this money, the backs. It's really, really strong. This is strong. The armrest is simple. There's a case, there's another case, all wrapped in fabric. It's a bit loose, a bit limp. It doesn't inspire violent trust in me. But the mechanism itself works well, just a little bit here. It can be broken with the foot. The place is just a wagon here. I have
a picker here.
touch light bulb. There is a hook and there is fresh air. There are also charging remotes.
The backrest forts look like this.
Do you understand? It's all also covered with leatherette, not plastic. It's all leatherette. Only this part is made of plastic. It's all faux leather. Wheels, 255 by 40 R20. Akibona brakes in front are perforated, ventilated. In the back, only ventilated. Clearance, 14 centimeters.
Let's look in the trunk.
506 liters. Enough space here. There is a net and such a large niche. There are gas restrictors. There's a small niche. We add water here and without a silencer. At the front, there's a double wishbone. At the back, a multi-link, no pneumatics, but there are adaptive shock absorbers. You can set them harder or softer in the settings. I have the feeling that I am driving in an E-Class car. At least by the declared length, width, and height, it's exactly the same as Toyota Camry. And of course, it isn't a competitor for Tesla 3, although they tell me this car was designed to directly attack Tesla 3 sales. Even though I think he's no match for him, this car is bigger. Tesla 3 is much smaller, it's stiffer. Here it's softer. Here's the feeling that I'm driving in an E-Class, which suddenly in the 23rd year in the same camera, which just learned to accelerate. We're on version 3.5, exactly the one we're using, which learned to accelerate from 3.5 to 100. Regarding comfort, done. It's soft, it's not stiff, it's softer than my Hi-Fi Z. Yes, it's more rolly, just for everyday driving, I would say. What interested me most was how much noise insulation is here, given there are so many horses, such a battery, such equipment for this money. And I'll tell you, the sound insulation is a bit weak, barely passable. Worse than in cars, Chinese cars for
$50,000 is worse.
Worse than in Passat, worse than in Camry. The wheel arches are noisy and they are quite noisy indeed. But at the same time, I can say that it's quieter than in the previous Tesla 3. There, it just wasn't there at all. But the new Tesla 3 is quieter than this car seems, quieter. Well, that's it. What we have is what we have. A battery of 100 kilowatt hours. In our version, which accelerates 3.5 times, they claim some under 800 kilometers. I think the real one will be 650 in the summer, in the city, and less on the highway. In winter, of course, also less. But here's the fast version with a 2.8 acceleration. There's a different battery installed. The stated range is 650 meters, so it will be even less in reality. Braking distance is 33 meters. I believe in this. The brakes are quite responsive. You feel safe. The only thing is the recuperation here, not as powerful as in high pace. Let's summarize. If there was sound insulation here, like in engine 001, that is solid sound insulation, back then I would have said that Europe simply needs to wind down its production. And that's all. Thank you for being with us for 100 years. And on this final note, we will remember you. But she's not here. The noise isolation is a little worse than average here. It doesn't irritate, but it is below average. Of course, he surpassed all his competitors, but you know, he just slightly came out in front of everyone. So here's the thing, it's ahead of everyone, just barely, for now, until the other Chinese change. They didn't catch up with him, and I won't be surprised if someone takes off and releases something even more interesting. Judging by everything, I understand this will continue for the next 10 years here, because here, unlike in Europe, no conspiracy. The Communist Party, as I understand it, is specifically monitoring this or directly influencing it, right? She's fine with it because only when there's no conspiracy and competitors are fighting for real, there is development in the shortest possible time. It's logical, right? In summary, that's how it is. Outperformed competitors by December 30, 2023. Overtaken Europe by a lot, overtaken Chinese competitors a little, overtaken Tesla by a lot, even the new 3. Although her, I repeat, noise isolation is a bit better than here, and in general, and then here. Alright friends, if you watched the video till the end, thank you, take care of yourself, exercise, eat healthy food. Good luck.